Hello, everybody. It is October 28th of 2022. And my name is Ron Holbert, coming to you from Orlando, Florida. And you are on Friday night. We also have a co-host over at St. Petersburg on the other ocean in Florida, Len Nakamoto. Hey, Len.
Right. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you all here. We have a nice turnout of 222. Is that a lucky number, 222? I think it is. So we're all here to enjoy Friday Night Live, and lots of regulars, a lot of familiar faces, and we love all of you. Right, Ron? We love our attendees.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
You're like family to us. And tonight our topic is rewriting the rules. And what is that, rewriting the rules? But before we go there, we're going to have Ron speak before we have the speaker speak. But I just want to tell you the topic is rewriting the rules, and it may be open to interpretation, but it's basically saying that on passive is breaking the mold, doing things other companies have not done. So that's the concept of that topic, okay? And so we're going to begin with my co-host, Ron Hubbard, and we're so glad you're feeling pretty good today and you're here with us. What a blessing. Go ahead, Ron.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. And I just wanted to say a couple of quick things to everybody. I received a lot of emails and prayers from everyone, and I want to tell you that I appreciate them. I can always use them. It's people like you guys that basically keep me going. And man, I thought I was 100% on passive since day one. But yesterday, I had probably 100 light bulbs go off in my head when I saw, we all have this thinking in our heads, but different businesses we've been in, whether they're MLMs or whatever, it's just a basic, okay, you sign up, you get your auto ship, and you go about your business and you don't hear anything else. Okay. Yesterday, when Ash opened the flood doors, okay, and introduced all them people, their titles, their jobs, what they do, let them speak. That was just astronomically great to me, because I'd never seen that before. I knew the founders of the different companies, things like that, but I've never been in a company where they have brought the people that are making this thing happen behind the scenes into the light and let the light shine upon them. And that's what Ash did yesterday. Man, that just lit a light bulb for me that, folks, this is a real thing. This is a real business. You can finally say for 100% and tell people 100%, this is a real business with real people, with real products and real rewards. So I just want to get in and say that before we all got started. I'm looking forward to tonight and hear what everybody's got to say, because everybody has to have a lot on their mind to say. If you watched the webinar yesterday, you ought to be pumped. And like I've said before, if you're not pumped, you need to go to your cardiologist and check your heart and your pulse, because there's no way you could watch it yesterday and not be pumped up. No way. So Len, I'll turn it back to you. Thanks.
Great words from our Ron Hulbert. And yes, this is an exciting phase of Unpassive. Glad to be on this glorious ride. We're going to begin with just a few speakers. First, we have Mr. Hey, 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 and I don't know how to say Hey, Hey, Hey very well, but it's Mr. Hey, 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 Chris Johnson, and he can take the floor and excite us.
That was not really that bad, Lynn. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
You got to put a little oomph in it, but that was pretty good.
I need to practice.
Wow. Let me tell you something. Lynn got me good. I always say, Lynn, I don't like talking first, but you know what? It's okay, because sometimes we have to do things that we're not comfortable with to face our fears, because I like to bounce off people. So guess what? All you people that want to talk tonight, you're going to have to bounce off Ron, because he said some amazing things. Number one, Lynn and Ron, thank you for having me as a speaker. Ron, my heart is definitely going out for you. Prayers every night. I'm glad to see you're back. Friday Night Live and the rest of the webinars are just ain't the same without you, brother. So know this entire family prayed a lot for you, and we're still going to continue to pray. So Ron, nice to see you back. The topic tonight, I believe, is rewriting the rules. Am I correct on that, Lynn?
That is absolutely right.
Okay. Now, if you know who I am, I like studying things when I get topics. And I looked up rewriting the rules. You know, what I kind of have a theory on it and understand it. And I seen all stuff and I'm thinking, man, I cannot make nothing out of this. But then I think about passive, and I really honestly can relate many words or sentences to impassive. And rewriting the rules, it's easy and it's hard to talk about. Kind of the same reaction I had when Ash Mafara brought out O Media staff yesterday, which blew me away. You know, when you say rewriting the rules in history, you're all lives. You guys, let's say you come home from work and your kids did something wrong. What do you say? There are going to be some new rules around here, now aren't there? Right? We have some people in this world that write rules, and it's harmful. You know, I can go back, and I don't like bringing it up, the Holocaust, slavery, just mad-minded people just blowing things up. See, they rewrote the rules for themselves. And this was hard for me, this topic, because I'm thinking about all the rules that were rewritten for the wrong reasons. All right. I talk about the Holocaust and slavery because my personal self think it was the most horrible time in the world for individuals who never had a chance, didn't have a say. They weren't allowed to raise their hand and say, hey, this isn't right, when people should have known it was right. It was wrong what was happening. But of course, in the course of history, we rewrote the rules, and we make promises to ourselves never, ever repeat history, because history's got a lot of bad blemishes on it. All right. And this isn't a doom and gloom speech by any means. I'm just letting you know that sometimes when we write rules, some people write them for the wrong reasons to benefit themselves. Okay. Then I come along to impassive. All right. Completely rewrote the rules of business, humanity, patience, forgiveness, love, turned something completely around, actually took the whole entire system that we're all used to for the last 50, 60, 70, 80, some of us 90 years, and is doing it completely backwards in a perfect way. And that's kind of the way I see it, because everything Ash Mafara is done or is doing, and it's going to continue doing, it's not what we're used to. We all know that now. All right. He really, he's, what is it, 18, 20 years ago? He's seen the people that were writing the rules. He said, I got to rewrite the rules. Except I want to do it for good. And I believe with my whole heart, that's what Ash Mafara is all about. I read a lot of bad things that people say. And I'm going to say, I don't hate anybody, but I do hate that. I can actually say that, and I don't like even using that word. He's rewriting the rules for anybody that wanted to join, for anyone that didn't want to join. He's almost like he looks for things, even in negative people, saying, I'm still going to help that person. You know, we're in our brains are all mindset to, we should all, every once in a while, rewrite the rules when we know the rules are wrong. And that's usually where things start clashing. You say this, I say this. But I think in impassive, what he's actually done, the rewriting of his rules, and I don't call them rules, I call them rewriting of giving gifts. And like I said, I can talk about, believe it or not, this subject forever, because we all come in. And the greatest thing about it, I think this rewriting the rules and passive, Ash actually listens to what I call his family members, the founders, of ideas that you say. If you ever see Ash when you're talking to him or someone's talking to him, he's writing it down. You caught his interest. All right? Ash Mafara doesn't say my way or the highway. Ash Mafara doesn't say, this is what I'm doing, don't say another word. He actually wants to hear what we have to say. I would have to say I've met Ash Mafara once, and it was enough for me, I'll be honest. He was a normal guy. He was in the worst situation possible, actually, in Boston. You guys just didn't know that. He never lost his cool. All right. He didn't care about the other person's rules that was rewritten to almost completely sabotage his whole project, what he had going on. He never lost. He just was stayed calm. He never got angry that I saw. All right. He knew the rules that he wrote no matter what. You guys all remember him doing this. Right there is when he said, God, man, I really need you right now. You know, and definitely God was on his side, because you guys, someday you'll know the real story about that. He was under more pressure than all of us. Let's put it this way. Ashma Farr that day probably had 7 billion pounds sitting on his shoulders. And I was sitting there, wow, I wonder what's going to happen. I was calm. Actually, I was nervous for him. He never sweat. He never broke a sweat. He kept his poise because he followed the rules he wrote, because he understands the rules that he wrote for Impassive is a benefit for all mankind. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that the rules that he's written, and they're not even rules. It's really the way life should be. I don't think when people started in this world, they said, hey, man, I'm going to get married, have kids, and I'm going to work 80 years of my life and not spend any time with my family. I'm not going to go fishing. I'm not going to do the things that I enjoy. Ashma Farr said, let's flip that around. Yes, I want you to spend time with your family. Yes, I want you to go fishing. I want you to go enjoy yourself. There's no one in history that's ever said that, to be honest with you. We had some great men that believed in peace and honesty and equality. And a few of them tried, right? Ashma Farr not only tried, he succeeded. Especially from what I saw yesterday and the last 2 years of I've been Impassive. Everything he's done, he's succeeded. And he's done it all for us because he rewrote the rules of things we're used to. And you know what? You're not really seeing nothing yet. You met a few individuals that are so bright and so talented. You can ask Marty DeGarmo. Marty, I'll let Marty say what he said, but you guys have not seen nothing yet. That's the truth. And that's all coming from you. So pay attention to the new rules that are being rewritten because they're all for us. Lynn, Ron, back to you. That's all I got.
Hey, that was deep, man. When you do research like that, it's pretty cool. You know, not just the surface, but thank you so much. Very
It's
significant.
really rewritten the concept of business. You know, you want to call them rules, you can, but right, Lynn? I mean, it's the concept of a business. He has rewritten that concept and is making it work with a million people.
Right. And
That's
as
the way I
we
look at
say,
it.
you know, these universities that offer MBAs, they're going to rewrite the books that they use. All those
Yeah.
books we've used for generations go out the window as we start
Yeah.
anew with a fresh concept, you know, fresh philosophy. It's really exciting, actually. Yeah. All right. Now we go on to Mr. Dan Street. How are you, Dan? Come on down.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Ron.
Hey, Dan.
You're looking good, and prayers are continually with you. And you know, everything you said at the beginning, I don't need to say anymore. I think Ron kind of hit it on the head. I think that we as founders have to realize that's what I was thinking about with this whole thing. When I texted you, Lynn, and I said, well, what are we doing here? What's this rules thing? You know, and I looked at it in a little different perspective. I just said, all of us founders focus on ourselves individually and the experiences that we've had with Unpassive. And the paths are different for every single one of us. And it's based on the following. When did you come in? When did you join? Was it 4 years ago, like just about 4 years ago, like Marty, Mike, and I joined, or was it yesterday? And your journey with Unpassive could be dramatically different. And of course, your overall experience and perception of Unpassive wouldn't be the same. None of us have that same view. We all come to it from different. You know, if we took this journey from 4 years ago, it was dramatically different. I mean, even Ash admits that. He says, oh my gosh, the level of growth that we've had in 2019, 20, and 21, the company totally changed. And I mean, his vision was always there, but his ability to implement that vision changed because of the growth of OnPassive. Now, the other thing is, you have to take a look at yourself and look at yourself. What's your level of engagement? Are you a marketer? Are you excited about sharing the business, building the business before launch? And as a result, I was a marketer. Marty was a marketer. Mike, a lot of you here are marketers, and you had the opportunity based on when you joined to build a business before the launch. And as a result, you have a team, you have relationships with people all over the world. And, do you believe in the process? Do you believe in the process that Ash has put forward and the company will do what it says? Is this project that Ash has put together going to become a reality? A lot of founders have these questions because whether you get in, whether you've gotten in 4 years ago, whether you're getting in, whether you got in yesterday, is it a reality? What do I know and what do I believe? And are there aspects of the business that make me feel uncomfortable? Or do I have a level of concern? I hear it every day from team members. I mean, oh, what if this? What if this? We talk about it all the time. And it comes down to, do you really understand the structure of OnPassive and how it's different from any other online company ever? And how it went from, I remember way back when we used to say, OnPassive will change the way we communicate online. So think where it's gone. It's gone from changing the way we communicate online to taking over the internet. Okay, taking over the entire internet. Not just changing the way we communicate, but we will own the internet. That's dramatic, folks. That's huge. And after yesterday, oh my gosh, I think OnPassive has solidified what I already believed. I mean, we had an unbelievable qualified talent along with unbelievable professionalism and vision that increased my level of excitement beyond whatever I thought it could be, what I ever thought it could be. Those people that he introduced were so articulate and presented themselves so well and knew their stuff. And you know what? They didn't need to be there. They didn't need OnPassive to make a living. Those people are known worldwide, and Ash got them. And they are excited about being with OnPassive. They are thrilled about starting this journey right before the World Cup and right before the launch. And man, it was unbelievable. So the bottom line for me, I don't talk a whole lot, but I'm more excited now than I think I ever have been on any other one of these webinars. But the bottom line is we are in the right place, not only for just what's coming in the next few weeks, but for years to come, for generations to come, because we don't know a fraction of what he's got planned for us. So that's what I got, Lynn, and let's hear what the rest have to say. I'm looking forward to the open mic.
Thank you, Dan. And just knowing that we know less than maybe 1%, that blows my mind because I'm already freaking out with what we do know. I think it's mind blowing. So that's the exciting thing for me because there's so much more coming ahead. It's going to just freak us out in a very good way. Thank you very much, Dan. Now we go on to Dr. Bill Williams.
Good evening, Lynn.
Good to see you.
Good to see everyone here. So I'm impressed with this group. When I first tuned in, it kind of reminded me of Millionaires Row. And I'm looking down the lane and all these people live in these huge mansions. And I know their names. That's the funny part about it. They're all friends of mine, OnPassivarians on Millionaire Row. So good company, guys. I thought that was a great setup that we started out with, that Chris gave us to get on topic that well, to define the topic without jumping right in on it, that was good. That was a really meaningful way to go. And Dan, you were right on target too with my thinking that this old media team has put us into the confidence level that we could never have without knowing who's doing all this heavy duty work. We knew the work had to be done, but we didn't know who was doing it. We knew Ash couldn't do it by himself. It's so good to see the team and know how qualified they are. Bringing those people out, like you said, Ron, for us to be able to see who they are, that's dramatic. So, you know, one of my callings that I identified about 25, 30 years ago is to bring God into the workplace, to live my life in my work as if God mattered, which a lot of people try to separate their spiritual life from their rest of their life, you know. So I never tried to cover it up, you know, it was always who I was. And I think that that's kind of how Ash is. I didn't see it when he first started, but then as he started developing on Passive, I started to see the hand of God on him guiding him. And I can see that he follows the golden rule. His new rule is basically the oldest rule of love one another and do unto others as you would have them do unto you. He is all about friends helping friends. That's powerful. And you don't find corporations that do that. That's what families do, but not corporations. So that's the new rules. And you can find the new rules, you know where? He's got them stored for us right out front. They're in his quotes. If you listen to what Ash says and you go back to where people wrote them down, his rules, the new rules, are in his quotes. And that's really a log. So he's about helping the widows and the orphans and the poor. He's doing the right thing for the right reason at the right time. Now, I went through my mind and wrote down 20 things that I thought were game changers or rule breakers that other companies don't do, but I don't think I'll cover all 20 of them. It's just too much for the time, but I want to mention a few of them. People over profits, no rush to market to capture the dollars, focus on quality and getting it done right so it doesn't break when it opens. That's a rule. And how many products have you bought in the software business, particularly, that broke or weren't actively useful? You had to go buy something else to make it useful. So that's one of the biggest things about Ash is he's given us a complete product, a complete system from the very start. He's starting at the top and setting a new top. That's never been done before. I don't think anybody's ever taken a company as high in development, in staffing, in product concept, in vision, anything you can name. Nobody's ever started at the top. Don't even go to the Burj Khalifa and talk about that. I mean, whoever bought the top of the Empire State Building or the top of any other building just before they even launched? Nobody. What about, he treats employees like family members. He has unparalleled number of rewards and freedom of opportunity for employees to explore and develop and grow. He allows good ideas to be more important than the initial cost, so he can spur innovation. I think that's revolutionary, and that's a new way of doing business. That's why people are flocking to him, because he opens that door for innovation. Whatever people can dream, most companies shut them down. I have a good example to share with you. When I sold my dental company to a big corporation about 10 years ago, I told them, when I looked at their systems, I said, your average dentist is doing $3,000 or $4,000 a day average, and I can show you how to double your company, because I can show them how to do 10,000 a day. There's a way to do it just by following a system. And they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to rock their boat. They would rather have the comfortable system than a better system. And so taking care of your employees means listening to them for innovation. And if Ash hears a better way, he's going to listen. That's his uniqueness. Now, he also treats us founders better. We're treated better than family, I have to say. We have record commission structure. We have percentages beyond compare. No new fees when he puts out new digital products. Benefits on top of benefits. So I think we're being treated better than most family gets treated in the world. And last thing I'll say is that he's setting world records, and we're going to see it happen right before our eyes. The fastest company to a unicorn status, the fastest company to super unicorn status. And the one that I'm most proud of, and he will probably be too, is that he will go down in history as the most beloved CEO in history. Among all the founders and resellers and probably customers down the road too, they're going to look up and say they love Ashton Farr because of the way he treats people, the way he brings goodness to the world. He is going to change humanity. That's the key. That's a new way of writing the rules. Thanks, Lynn. Let me turn it back over to you and move along.
That was a power-packed presentation right there with so many things that we're doing differently, things that have never been done. It's really amazing.
You know, and Lynn, if I can interject a minute,
Please
I have never met a man of his status that will walk beside you, okay, and talk at your level. Not that he has a higher level, but make you feel like this isn't a boss, he's my buddy, he's my friend, you know. And there's a lot of companies, a lot of people work for companies that you didn't talk to the boss. Once the boss spoke to you, you didn't speak to him. If you had an idea, okay, and said, hey, boss, I got an idea, might make things better. They look at you like, who do you think you are telling me how to run my business? And we are so fortunate to have a man that actually listens. Hey, I think that's a good idea. Let's check it out. So, Bill, I think you're right on there, buddy. I think you're right on. Sorry, Lynn, go ahead.
Great points. Thank you, Ron. All right, now we go to Marty DeGarmo. We'd love to hear what Marty has to say.
Anyway, yeah, rewriting the rules. Holy cow. Everything about Unpassive is nothing like anything I've ever seen. Any business I was in, what business do you know? Even brick and mortar business, regular business, you walk in and the owner of the company says, I'll tell you what, we're going to bring in profits and I'm going to pay all of you half of what we bring in. Are you kidding? You got to be kidding. He gives us the best of the best. He treats people shockingly well. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, truthfully. The other part is his whole design when he did Unpassive was, from the very beginning, from the inception of Unpassive, is he focused on what is needed, he focused on mankind, and he focused on value. And that is just not done in the industry. Not only is it's not done, it's never been done. And when you do that, I always wondered, and I've said this before, he always said, value, 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 value. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, everybody wants a good deal. Everybody wants to get buy one, get one free or whatever. That's not it. The value is in the quality of what it is and for the outrageous amount of money you can get it for and the unlimitedness of it and the quality of it and the AI involved. And, you know, I see all that happening. And I felt that this was 4 years and about a month and a half, that it wasn't that long after I met and had to talk to him. I talked to him, as you know, a lot, that I thought great things are going to come from this man, beyond great. And you hear it, and every time something new comes up, you go, there's an example, there's an example. Yesterday was a very big example, okay? Yeah, when he did that, I'm texting him at the same time. What the freak? I mean, I couldn't even think of what to say. And I'm thinking, here I am doing lives, some blockhead from New Jersey, and he pulls out these people that could work anywhere. They obviously weren't looking for work. They are the hunted. Any company, any industry would want any one of them and pay them what they want. And they came here. It goes back to what Ash said to me the very first or second time I talked to him. He said, you will draw people in here that you're like. And I'm thinking, thank God, because Ash drew people in that's like him. In fact, he drew 1 million people in that were like him. Yes, as carbon copies, it's not quite as clear, but in general, the good-hearted thing, the founders pretty much sum that up. Now, there's some at different levels because of their faith or what they believe and all that. Some of it's, you know, they've only been in a month or 2 months or 3 months. But the longer you're in, if you're focused and you really watch, you say, I mean, I can't even tell people outside of Unpassive what I'm in, because I can't dumb it down enough or make it not hypey that they're not going to believe it. So I don't say it. I just say, go to YouTube on this day at this time and watch this. That's what I did to the Burj Khalifa. I didn't have to say anything. I got phone calls. Are you kidding me? What the heck? How did they do that? Okay, so it sold itself. But yesterday, when he started introducing these people, first the lady, I'm not going to mention names. Everybody, if you didn't watch the video, go watch it a couple times, stop it, listen to what's being said. When Ash Mufareh tells a marketing guy that he wowed him, he called that guy crazy. Trust me, guys, Einstein didn't walk around to a lot of people going, wow, you're really smart. It takes a lot to wow Mr. Mufareh, trust me. And he told me a few weeks ago, he goes, wait until you meet the media team. I go, yeah. I said, that's cool. It was way more than he said, way more than he gave me to believe. And I believed him. I thought it'd be great. But they went one step more. And when you see it in person, yesterday, I just thought, before yesterday, I thought, how do we get any better? He keeps saying, we're going to go higher. We're going to shoot higher. We're going to shoot higher. I said, Ash, you're not making this easy. You started at the top of Burj Khalifa. Where are we going? Pluto? I mean, how do you go higher? And then he pulls out these 6 or 7 individuals yesterday, and we see exactly how we're going to go higher. They're going to market like nobody ever did. They're going to have content like nobody ever has. They're going to use psychology and bringing people in and finding out what they want. And on top of all that, we have artificial intelligence, which we'll learn as it goes. So you have somebody that knows how to market like nobody's ever seen. Ash Mufareh doesn't care what it costs. Absolutely does not care. When he sees something that's good for mankind and will make a difference for the good, he doesn't say what's that going to cost. He says, how do we get it done? And then throws a label on it and maybe figures out the cost later. But I tell you what, you go look in Forbes magazine and what the industry is starting to say. New people, not old fogies like me. I mean, new up and coming people that read the market. And they said, to make it in this world the next 20, 30 years, you have to focus on talent. You have to focus on people. You have to focus on what's needed. I don't know if Ash wrote the book or gave him a memo, but it sure sounds like Ash Mufareh to me. And I don't think, we will be the biggest company that ever was on the planet Earth. How fast it happens, I don't care. How quick you're going to make money, I don't know. Can you live your dreams? Yes. I didn't break down a bunch. You guys all know about my big living room and all that. But I think I'm getting even a bigger one because I believe it's possible. I believed everything was bigger than I was willing to think beyond. But seeing yesterday, and then when he told me, I have many groups like that all over the place doctors, lawyers, inventors, stuff already done, stuff being patent pending right now, physical products. And he said, what you don't know is 1,000 times bigger than what you do know. And I'll tell you what I do know would knock any sane person off their feet, just the rug out from under them. Yesterday it hit me and I didn't want to talk because I thought, well, how am I going to do this justice? Oh, this was really good. I mean, what do you say? I don't know what to freaking say. And he actually texted me because I don't see your hand up. Oh, I'm thinking, you want to do it justice. You want to say something that equals what you saw. And I couldn't do it. I didn't have the vocabulary to explain what I saw. But as far as doing things different and turning the world upside down and building different than anyone else, we did it. We did it. And I'll tell you what, there's a handful of people in history that can say, I met Henry Ford. I met Albert Einstein. I met Bill Gates in person. I met Steve Jobs. I got them all beat. I met Ash Mufareh because he will be in that category, if not higher. And the day will come, you'll see him on TV, and they will do history, and they will do classes on how to build the state-of-the-art company in the next 20, 30, 40 years. And he will be the poster child on how to do it right. And yes, people keep saying, well, we can get competition. I thought about that. I worked for Fortune 200 companies. I was in boardrooms with people that the poorest guy in the room was worth $40, $50 million. And they were shareholders. I couldn't imagine telling them, we're going to give people what they want, we're going to give them value, and we're going to share the wealth. They would all flip over backwards and die of a heart attack. That's the industry today. So they're going to have to watch us happen. They're going to see what's happening. And they're going to have to repair. They're going to have to change their mindset of what really works. How does the world move? Because Ash didn't go in a business. This is not a business. We use products, we build wealth, and we change mankind. That's not a business. That's a movement. That's something you can't put in the same category as a Walmart or an Amazon or any other business that we've ever seen. Try to compare. Because if you do, you're doing us, the company, injustice. There is no comparison. This is not a business. It's a movement that changes lives. Wealth-wise, freedom-wise, water for the thirsty, shoes for the shoeless, homes for the homeless, and hope for the hopelessness. It's coming at the right time with the right people. And all of us will make a difference. Because why? Ash told me one time, I can go help X amount of people every day if I wanted to. But how many people can a million help? That was his goal. He doesn't care about money. He said, I never had trouble making it. I can make it. It doesn't drive me. Thank God. You know what that means? When he's offered $10 billion to sell on passive, he's going to laugh. He doesn't care. It's not about the money. How can you tell? Everything he's ever done so far had nothing to do with money. Because nobody, and I hate to call him crazy, nobody in the mind of anybody I know would have done what he's doing. And this week, while he smiled and delivered that yesterday, he had meetings that were the worst he's had in 4 years. I want to tell you that. He leaves those, comes in, wipes it off his shoulders, water off a duck's behind, and says, okay, I got something to deliver to the people that I love. Keep that in mind. So that's all I got.
Wow, amazing. There's so much more to Ash Mufareh than we see. He's a man of substance, conviction, and ethics. It's really special, I think. All right, next we go to our Q&A and open mic, which we'll start off with Ron, and Ron's going to moderate.
How'd I do, Chris? That was pretty good. Can you hear me,
Very good.
Chris? Are
Very
you
good.
awake, Chris?
I'm awake.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're awake?
A plus,
Marty,
Ron.
Marty, that's water off a duck's back, not his butt. Okay? Water
wanted to-
off a duck's back.
I wanted to drive it home. You know what I mean? I wanted to go lower. That's just the way I am.
Stay in your lane, buddy. Stay in your lane. All right, let's go into some open mic stuff. So first we got up Tammy Kylo Lynn. Go ahead, Tammy. Unmute yourself.
We don't need to just ask them to unmute, Ron. Just click the unmute by their
know.
name.
All righty.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. You know what? I am loving everything you guys have said. And I have to be really honest. Most often I actually stay off of the Zoom platform, watch it on YouTube because I might have it in my ear, working around, doing stuff with my kids. But you know, I have been a part of this from the very moment that my aunt stepped into this equation. So for those of you who have not met me, because I do try to stay in the background as much as possible and do my own thing with my kids. I'm a single mom of 3 kids. But my aunt is Pam Turner. And when she first brought this to me a few years ago, I was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I know that if you're passionate about it, I'm going to figure it out. Whether it's for your highest good to help you recognize it's not a good idea, total transparency, or help you understand it because I understand things a little bit differently than, in all fairness, my Auntie Pam or my mom, because I knew they were growing up in an older generation that wasn't around technology, not because it's age category, but just lifestyle total. So as I started to understand it, I knew exactly what I was looking at. And that was even back then. But I knew what it was going to take to have this as divinely protected as I was seeing that the intentions were that were going into it. So of course, for me, that lined up with perfect timing because I was on my own inner alignment and healing accurately to become the best version of myself journey. So it was great timing. And in the process of breaking away from a very toxic relationship and recognizing how much danger is programmed into our digital technology. I have a daughter who has Asperger's. She says, hey, Alexa. I won't say it because I've got one right behind me. Play this favorite song for me. But with her speech development issues, it couldn't understand her, but her younger sister could get the song to play. That's a psychological headache and a nightmare in and of itself, just in my own home. I'm recognizing all these flaws in technology. I currently have my children on the K-12 platform, and my daughters will get halfway through their homework, a 45-minute assignment, and the system kicks them out and doesn't credit what they've done. They have to do it all over again. Or my other son is getting asked a question about plagiarism, and the school is thinking so limiting in their beliefs from very old programming of the reality is the education they're learning is kind of like the elemental table. Hello, if I'd have said how many elements were in the elemental table when I was born in 74, okay? You know, in 5th grade or 4th grade, and I would have got it wrong because I said 3 extra elements. Actually, I should have just looked at my teacher and said, no, I just got it right. I'm just ahead of my time. But I knew what I was dealing with. I knew the gang stalking, the malice, the absolute illegal things that were going on in my life. Literally, people that knew how to program these funnels and hack this social security government system. It is on recorded lines. My name was deleted from it. I spent 2 years trying to get my social security card to have the name that matches my birth certificate. I am currently sitting at a letter that says, we're looking for a payee to pay your children's disability benefits to. What do you mean? I'm the primary parent. I have total custody of them. What do you mean you're looking for somebody? I'm right here. Who's and again in this? So I recognize the malice of the lack of effort people are putting into our security, to understanding people with disabilities. And I realized that every time I sat in the bathtub And I prayed and I meditated, knowing how aligned I was, knowing the power of my words. Because, hello, I have a 15-year-old son with half a heart. They said he'd never make it past 5 years old. I know the power of my words. And all of a sudden, I started looking at what I belonged to, recognizing that the prayers I was putting up were showing up in the 3D and they were right inside on passive. Hello, how do you not support that? That's all I've got, you know? The reality is, I think it might have even been you who said, let's see, I just wrote it down. Hold on, because I just wrote it down. Something about it's a movement. I know that Marty said that, but it's right. It is a movement. It's a movement of telling people, look, when you genuinely see the light of what you actually need to have peace, to have balance, to have freedom, to have something worth calling a legacy, then you realize what we're using within ourselves individually as well as united and aligned to create what we're creating. And indeed, it's something that many people can't even explain because the truth of the matter is if they don't understand it vibrationally at the level that we are all imagining and creating it at, well, the truth is stranger than fiction at that moment. And that's okay because we're patient and we give grace and we share with them. It's okay. Let me help you understand it. It's okay. I remember last year, I think it was around October, Ash said for a while, because hello, competition always wants to knock you off your platform. We all know that. Well, no matter what, how big a business we've ever built, the bottom line is we all understand that. So when Ash said, promote this and don't say it, hello, there's a passage in the Bible where God himself says, preach my word, preach my love without saying my name. And I understood that. So I started continuing to preach people healing and rising, living as the best selves without saying the passive name. Why? Because I knew that in that season of him putting the final touches on this, his best security would be us protecting what he's creating without saying too much of anything about the name, just what it's about. And for me, I knew that was exactly what I was lifting up in meditation and prayer. And that was healing, peace, and higher love, equality within integrity. So I guess, I think this is what I wanted to say to you. You said it's been said, we will own the internet. And some people could take that question really wrong because guys tend to say it with just half of the verse. We're going to own the internet. But there's a genuine need. Why do we need to own the internet? It's not about owning it in the sense of money, but why do we need? Because I've got them all documented. I've got them screenshot. I've got them recorded. I've got physical evidence of the malice, the chaos, the flaws in what everybody's using on a daily basis. I understand. It needs to be completely overhauled. And I see that that's exactly what we're doing around every corner and with every tweak and fine tune that's going on in the background. So I just keep doing my own thing, being a single mom, raising kids, trying to rise
That's
from
what
the
you need.
ground up, knowing that I'm
You
putting
got
my
it.
meditation out there and trusting that it's going to get in the right hands. And you know what? You guys are pretty darn capable and you got way more techie geeky terms than I got. So I let you handle that. So thank you. And
Tammy,
thank you
that's
to
great.
Ash.
You're right. We're
So
with you.
take
Thank
care.
you for sharing that. We appreciate it. Okay, get some more hands up here, and if everybody can keep it to about 2 to 3 minutes so we can cover all these hands, would be appreciated. Thank you. Next we have Mr. Eric Kessler. Come on down, Eric. Wait a minute, I gotta ask John. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yesterday, I always get on the webinars like a couple hours early because I want to make sure I get on there. And so I'm on there, and then Susie and Julie's talking, and I go up to get myself a drink, and I get kicked off, and I start to panic. I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" And so I just kept trying, kept trying, kept trying, kept trying. Finally, I came on right when the media ladies came on, and I was blown away. I was like, "Oh my gosh, PhDs everywhere." I mean, the team that he's put together, it was so incredible. Just the articulate way they spoke, and you could tell they were full of intelligence and full of right thinking. I guess I can't think of the word I wanted to use, but right thinking and the way they talked about us, how they're going to show us stuff and they're going to blow us away. How could we been more blown away? But it was just totally incredible, and I got pumped so much and so thankful that I met Arthur that day, and he got me involved in non-passive, and that little voice said, you need to do this, and here we are. And I mean, there's magic happening here, and it's just incredible. And that's all I got to say. I'm just thankful, grateful, and sincerely love Ash for all he's done, and what a guy. And I appreciate you all, so thank you.
Thank you, Eric. We appreciate you sharing that. You know, and there's a song out there, old song. And instead of love is in the air, unpassive is in the air. So all you got to do is smell the roses, baby, because we're blooming. Okay, Miss Gladys. Miss Gladys, smile. There you go. Come on down. Share with us.
Thank you so much, Ron and Lynn. Thank you for this evening. On Passive is rewriting the rules. And boy, are we rewriting the rules. You know, Ash, the way he has designed this business, this company, this movement is a lesson to so many people, a lesson to CEOs. He has put us ahead. He said, stay with me, trust in the process, and I will take you to the top. When I saw that meeting yesterday, the people that he brought, he really changed the attitude that should be the correct attitude from the CEOs or company owners to the little guys like us. That meeting yesterday was so exclusive. In normal standards could be only presented to the shareholders. We are not shareholders of OnPassive. We are founders for $97. But he brought that powerful team to come and reassure us that they are working behind the scenes. What else can we ask? I hope that after yesterday, for anybody who could be having any doubts, that should have really shown you who Ash is. He is rewriting the rules in giving people dignity. You know, he does not place himself above anybody else. And listening to those employees who spoke from Hyderabad, from Dubai, Burj Khalifa, the lady who spoke and almost outlined her resume to us, it got me to tears. I was not able to be live in the meeting yesterday. I listened later because I was working, but I was crying. Do we deserve this? Such a learned, powerful person coming in front of us for $97 to lay out her resume, to reassure us, what else are we waiting for to have our trust and our faith in OnPassive, that we are in the right place. And Ash is rewriting another rule, you know, that is a lesson also to business company owners out there, and even to us, that if you can have all the knowledge and the skills in the heart, but if you don't have this, if you don't have the heart, you cannot inspire, empower, and transform lives. So I'm very, very grateful, and I can't wait to see how many rules we are going to continue writing through Ash and through OnPassive. Thank you very much.
All righty. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you being here with us every week. We are so glad to have you. Next, we have Jeannie Aliva. Is that right, Aliva? Oh, let me, yeah, that's my fault. I'm bad. Go
No
ahead.
problem. Oh, wow. I just want to say one little thing that struck me yesterday on top of what everybody that has spoken before has said. And it even just talking about it just gets me emotional. So I don't want to even go there. Just want to talk about when we met the team, especially Professor Susan. I was struck by the fact that they're clearly brilliant, clearly articulate, like Dan said, but there was one moment when Professor Susan went on and on in her gratitude to Ash, her gratitude for being involved in what we're putting together here. And you could have taken that section of text and plopped it into every single one of our webinars where we're showing our gratitude to Ash. She sounded like a founder. It struck me so much like he has attracted, it like we talk about, I can't even talk, leveling the playing field. He has everybody, PhDs down to people, just every walk of life. People that have no means, like that don't even have jobs or any kind of income coming in. It's just every kind of person you can imagine on the planet. And they're all saying, thank you, Ash. Thank you. What did I do to be involved in this? You know, it's they're humility, they're humbled by it. They're driven, they're motivated to be a part of it. And I was so struck by that this is the type of people that he's attracting. And that's the only thing that I just wanted to add, is how that I can't even talk anymore. I really can't. And I know you all know what I feel like. Everybody was sounding exactly the same yesterday when they came on. They said slightly different things, but it was all like, what did we do to deserve this? Like, what did we do? Like, it's so incredible. And we could go on and on and on about it, but I wanted to flag that one moment, and you could go back and listen to it in the recording. It's just, she's speaking what we all speak, and it really floored me. So that's all I wanted to add.
You're right. It floored a lot of people. You know, especially just like when Gooseminer come on and said, hey, there's somebody streamlining on YouTube. What did it take? 3 minutes for us to go on, him to go on OTracker and find their IP address and shut them down. Where can you do that at, folks? Where? But it's the power we'll have. Now we're going to go around the world a little bit. Let's go over to Nigeria with Mr. Elkesha. Is that how you say your name? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay,
How do you say your name?
Abdurrahman Okasha, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunities, Mr. Rob, and for your help, and Momilin and other, Madi and all the leadership family around the globe. Rewriting the rules, in my own perspective, is like trying to adopt a model or a consistent designing a model or adopting a model whereby the globe, the corporate world will follow up with the existing like building blocks that OnPassive family or leaders will take a lead. So for instance, in the next year or something, each and every founder will be entitled to at least, even if it's 1,000 followers that are consistently going through our website and through this thing. So the corporate, how we participate or how we take the corporate world with the examples and everything. So when we redesign the model, the whole world will follow our lead, the founders lead for in order to see the designing the model entirely, the internet model or the corporate world model, like trying to bring a new dimension, the paradigm shift to the global internet participation entirely. So these are my results. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for sharing with us. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to Mr. Fidel Smart. Unmute, please. Go ahead. You're unmuted. We can hear you.
Yes, sir. How is everybody doing? Ron, Lynn, appreciate you bringing me on tonight. Marty, Chris, Dr. Bill, appreciate you guys very much. And when I saw what happened yesterday, the first thing that came to my mind, I said, man, what did we do to deserve this? You see all these PhDs for $97. And I'm there, I was totally blown away. And the only thing I could say, oh my God. You see, Mr. Mafari, in the past, he told us that success is a journey, not a destination. And he said that he was going to rewrite the internet. And if you're not fired up, you have a problem. If you were not fired up yesterday, my friends, you have a problem. Because what I saw, when I saw that batting lineup in the marketing team, that all those, there's nothing to describe it. It was a superstar batting lineup for $97. And I'm saying to myself, what did we do to deserve this? But we're talking about Mr. Mafari, the guy with a kind heart, loving heart, a man with a sense of purpose. And so when I looked at rewriting the rules, first thing that came to my mind was, my grandchildren. I got two girls. And my daughter-in-law was complaining to me a couple of months ago that, man, they're spending too much time watching TV, spending too much time with the tablets. So we need to rewrite the rules for them. So I said, all right. I took them to the library. And we said, we're going to talk before we get there. And I'm going to teach them, how to have a different mindset. You see, when we arrived at the library, we talked before we went in. You got to be quiet, no noise. And so they sat and listened, and they went inside, and in no time at all, they were reading books. So I get them to start reading, and there was a different mindset for them. And so we start, when we rewrite the rules, we have to have that different mindset. And I'm going to be speaking directly to my fellow founders right now, because Mr. Ash is very concerned about our mindset. I could hear it sometimes when he speaks. Sometimes the things that he doesn't say speaks louder than what he says. And I listened to him and I said, man, we gotta start reprogramming ourselves to that different mindset, because we're going to be part of one of the largest companies in the world in any sector. That's what he told us. And whatever Mr. Mafari tells us, I believe, because he has never lied to us. I believe every word he says. And so I'm going to just take a couple of minutes to spell out the word mindset for you. Mindset, to rewrite your mindset, we're going to need to be self-motivated. We're going to use our initiative for I. Do it now, it pays off in results. It's determination in action. We got to do negativity. Avoid it. Avoid it. Keep out of the environment, especially with negative people. Okay? That's how you rewrite your mindset. D stands for discipline, devotion, determination. They pay off results. You must have them. And S stands for self-esteem. A positive self-esteem image is priceless. Work on yours, founders, work on yours. And we have E is enthusiasm, engagement. Make them a part of you and you share with others. Share with others. And the last one is T, stands for toughness, both mental and physical. It is an unbeatable combination. So you know what you gotta do? Go for it. Go for it with attitude and gratitude. Thanks to Mr. Ash. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks to Ron. I'm out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. Now let's go to Mr. Harold Fox. Mr. Harold Fox, would you unmute yourself and come on down, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Time's up. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you, Ron, and then for allowing me to share. But the people that spoke before me have said everything that I wanted to say. I mean, I'm just like Gene. I'm so excited about what I saw yesterday. I've been around a few moons and seen a few corporations that leans towards their shareholders. But us 97 dollars had the experience of our lives to see those professionals, a whole division, come before us and explain how much they wanted to help us. They're in our company. Okay, I get emotional. Slow down. But Mr. Ash knew exactly what he was building, because he had mentioned a few, the webinars before, that he has put together a team of 8 people that he brought from all over the world. And he had mentioned there will be the media division, media. He knew exactly how we were going to react to them. He knew that they were going to blow us out of the water. And that's just the beginning. They haven't done anything but introduce themselves and tell us what they wanted to do for us. Can you imagine the things they have in store for us? I can't even. Marty always say he only knows 1%. And I know less than the 1% of what they plan on doing for us. But I'm so excited that they are in our corner. They're on our team. They're with us. Thank Mr. Ash LaFleur. Thank you. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing with us. We appreciate you. There's so much. You know, those people hunted us. They hunted Ash. Okay, so that shows you, tells you something about the integrity of OnPassive and what everybody's thinking around the world. Okay, so we appreciate it, Harold. All right, Mr. Papu from India, come on down.
Hi, Ron sir. Namaste. Hi, all of you. Hi, I'm very
Hey,
happy to be here. Thank you so much, Marty Digamo sir, and all the great leaders. I'm very happy to be part of here. It's a great business. I'm very happy. We paid very less, but it's an international business. It's the topmost one. Not every wealthy person can come here. It needs a great heart to be gathered here. I'm very happy to be part of this great, amazing business. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for giving this. It's beyond our imagination. It's the time to be connected. It's the time to enjoy the process. We're going to win and we're going to publish very soon. Thank you so much. It's a great feeling that we are going to the public very soon, and we are all enjoying the process. Very, very happy. We are all going to win. Thank you so much. It's the time to get more excited. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. Thank you so much. It's the time. It's the right time. Very, very happy to be part of here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's enjoying the process. Thank you so much. Very happy to be part of this.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming down.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All righty, Mr. Mamadou. Driving the vehicle down the road, looks like. Go ahead, Mamadou. You got it. Just talk. We can hear you.
Oh,
there you are.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Ron, Miss Lynn, and all my beloved fellow founders. Good evening. I just want to lend my little contribution to this topic, changing the roles. Since I was born, I have never seen or hear somebody say, I'm trying for the masses. Everybody has just been trying for themselves, whether business or anything. For a man like Mr. Ash to say, I am going to fight for you. That's a heavy battle. So for him to put people of integrity, people with high caliber to handle this challenge that he has to face, you know, I don't have no words to say to him, because there are no words for me to say what he has done and what he's doing. You know, changing the rules of what people has used to do. Look at me walking here. I see the disadvantages on whether the employees or even the residents that are in. Everybody is just trying to find a way to win the next person. And here comes Mr. Ash say, no, I'm not going for myself. I'm going for the people to change the system, how things has been going, how people has been doing stuff. That's a big battle. And indeed, he was ready. And we can see what he is doing. For example, like yesterday, look at the people he just showed us that these are the team that I'm putting in place to face this battle. That's a change of the rule. So if I have a little contribution, this is what I have. Thank you, Mr. Ron, and welcome back. And I wish you speedy recovery. And thank you all for listening to me. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mama. God bless you. We appreciate you. And thanks for being here. Yeah, we got a man that has come along to us. And I feel like this guy came up beside me and said, hold my hand and walk with me. Okay. And he is, he's just an unbelievable person. When you think about what he was doing a couple of weeks ago with a homeless family in a parking lot where his child goes to school. And you could tell when he's talking about it, it bothered him. And he was going to make sure that he spoke with that woman and see what she needed. This guy is just unbelievable. Anyways, okay. Let me get off my soap opera. Let's go to India again with Mr. Araga. Unmute you, sir. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Miriam. Let's go to Miriam. She's not in India. She's in the USA, so she won't be far away. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I agree with everybody, obviously, but I want to take this from another perspective. Okay, we all agree everything that Ash has done for us and what an amazing human being he is. Okay, but besides Ash doing all this, we need to look at ourselves. Okay, and we need to look at, because we are representing on passive, okay, the way we talk, the way we act, the way we communicate with each other, the way when there's a corporate, if someone decides to do something illegally that they shouldn't do, okay, we need to show respect, not only to Mr. Ash, but also to the fact that this is our business. And we need to treat this like it's our business. It's not just about what Mr. Ash is doing. It's about how we handle on passive. If someone gives you a silver platter, what are you going to do with that silver platter? How are you going to handle it? Are you just going to like throw it up in the air or throw it down on the floor? Or are you going to take really good care of it? I'm sitting here at my kitchen table and I'm literally thinking about all this. We have what is absolutely mind-blowing and huge in front of us. And I just really believe we need to handle this with respect. I mean, yes, somebody decided to do something they shouldn't have done yesterday. Okay, but we need to be adults and we need to handle this in a respectful way. We need to be, you know what I'm trying to say? Words are difficult sometimes, but we need to really look at what we're doing or what we want to do before we do it. Is this necessary? Is this going to help people or is this going to hurt people? What the person did yesterday hurt people. It hurt the company. So I just want to say, let's all respect each other, how we talk, how we act, and let's respect the company because we're representing on passive. So let's be our best and let's represent on passive in a good way. That's it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Miriam. You know, on passive, when you paid your $97, you became an owner, one of the owners, okay, of OnPassive. It's your business. We are building our own businesses. At the same time, helping everyone we can on the way. And if you treat it like your own business, before you'll do things and make statements, you'll think twice, okay? Before you say something that might be hurtful or wrong, incorrect information. It's just, you're right on target there, Marion. I'm with you, okay? All right, now let's go to India with Mr. Araga. If you'll unmute yourself, please.
Hello, very good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Can you hear me, sir? Yeah, this is Aragyaraj from Telangana, very near to Hyderabad. So first of all, I wish and congratulate all of you to be a part of one of the biggest unicorn company. And just 2 days back, yesterday, we have heard our corporate webinar. It was an excellent program and we all enjoyed it. And we were motivated. And everyone was has taken a lot of inspiration from the O Media because they were excellent people. We all heard how they spoke, and each person have 20 to 25 years of experience. So we are all very safe in this company. So let's not be have any kind of phobia or anything, because we are all very fortunate to have one of the greatest CEO who is a man with friendly nature and who is having the nature of brotherly nature. So we have not seen such kind of people anywhere in this world, and we are all around 12 countries are there. We are all family members. Let us all celebrate, because the days are coming where we are going to lead a very happy, and we are going to be in a very good position. Let's not have any egoist nature in ourselves, but always let's make ourselves be very simple. As Jesus told that, be simple and do something to your neighbors. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. That is the quotation to the Bible. Let's all be very sincere and very simple and do something for our neighbors, and let us make the society happy, and let's be happy, and let's lead a very peaceful and a prosperous life. Thank you all of you for giving me this opportunity. Have a great
We
day.
appreciate you. Thank you much. All right, let's move right along to Miss Sylvia. Sylvia, come on down, Sylvia.
Thank you, Ron. Once
You're
again, good evening to everyone. I really appreciate each and everyone here, all our leaders, Ron, Mary, and Tilin, who put this Friday night, to us. It's a moment of enjoyment, as usual. One of our sisters, she wrote a song and she brought it out and said, let's celebrate. We are celebrating. Thank you, Sister Gladys. This is a celebration in another way. It's unique from the other companies. When I came to OnPassive, when OnPassive met me, I came on board for business. I came on board for money, but down the road, I discovered something else. I discovered new people becoming my family, talented people, those who have skills. You know, every single human being have something particular. Mr. Ash Mufare, through this business, connect the dots. And from this dot, everyone is able to bring on the table what he knows. Watching the corporate webinar yesterday, it was just amazing seeing our talented founders showing the work that they're doing. OnPassive is unique. We are writing a new history. That is true. How can you explain this? Being here tonight, talking the same language. This is our own uniqueness. It's a different emotion that is moving in the same direction. For that, we are so grateful. Yes, we are writing a new rules. That's what OnPassive is doing. We've never seen this before. Seeing people gathering from everywhere without distinction of race, of color, of language. We all speaking the same thing. We are so grateful. Yesterday, we were asking for lunch. Today, the lunch is here. What are we going to do next? After we receive those apples, what is our purpose? Mr. Ash Mufare already brought it to us. What will we do? That's the question that each and everyone will ask to himself. Let's bring the world together and do amazing, amazing thing. Let's uplift humanity as our CEO asks us to do. We need to replicate ourselves. Thank you so very much, Auntie Lynn and Rob. We are so happy. We are so honored to be part of this great movement. And we are all in it to win it. Thank you. Thank you.
Sylvie, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, moving right along. Let's go to Dr. Smile Benny. Come on down, Miss Benny. Let me unmute you so we can hear you. Okay, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Brother Rob.
Hey.
Welcome back. You know, we have been waiting for you. We love you so much.
Thank you.
We prayed for you because our Lord, our God loves you. That is why you're back.
Okay.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much for coming. Until then, Brother Ron, thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. I want to welcome each and everyone. As you all know, I will always say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings on this amazing webinar in different parts of the globe. Are you guys excited? Hey, I want to thank all our leaders, Brother Matthew, Brother Dan, Brother Chris. Hey, I believe all of us are leaders, right? But you guys have spoken. You guys have spoken. Sister Jennings, Sister Gladys, thank you guys. Anyway, at this moment, the real person we want to thank is our Father, right? Our God brought our CEO to us. Yes, he did. Now, our CEO and our COO, you know, they went and hired talented individuals to come here and help us. Now, a talented employee is someone who is willing to go extra mile to get the job done, right? Now, look at those, our brothers, our tech brothers and sisters in Hyderabad. You know what they did? They have really done it. They spent sleepless nights working so hard in order to get the job done. Yes, they have done it. That is being a talented employee. Now, our CEO also chose talented individual for the whole media. Being a PhD or whoever you are, master's degree. Now for PhDs, they have to go and do their research. Yes, not only PhDs do research, but everyone, they will do their research. So I want to take this moment to really thank our CEO because he knows what he is doing. Mr. Ash Mufareh stated that he does have the value and ability to improve our life for the better, right? He has enormous amount of love, of humanity. Now, we are fortunate to have him. You know what happened? I mean, each and everyone saw what happened yesterday, looking at all those employees. Do you guys know that a lot of people out there, they have been laughing at us? Now, when our CEO brought those employees to us and showed us these employees, so, you know, I sat down and I looked at myself and said, my God, look at this. People, now nobody can laugh at me anymore. I am a proud founder. Yes, we are on Persevere. And just this $97 that we pay, I have, to tell you the truth, I have learned a lot. I never knew I could sit here and talk to you guys. Really, I have learned. Thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you, Brother Mohammed Kamal. And thank you to our engineers in Hyderabad. You guys have done a lot. I don't want to talk that much, but I'll be quiet for now. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Bennett. You know, those people that are laughing at us, now we can stand on a stage and go, nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
You bet.
Have you ever done it?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. Let's move right along here to Mr. Bruce Gernsting from Florida, USA. Go ahead, Bruce. Let me unmute you, or let me ask you to unmute. Oh, don't start talking yet. Okay, no, there you go.
Thank you, and thank God you're back here with us. We missed you when you got here. I want to thank everybody who said some valuable things today. I especially want to thank Ash Mufareh because Ash has brought us to a place to show his commitment to us. There's no doubt how much he cares. There's no doubt how kind he is. But what he showed us is the backbone of everything that we have in marketing. It's just amazing to know, just like the tech guys have shown us the backbone of the infrastructure of OnPassive from the technical side. And all of that gave us comfort, knowing that all these things were really true. What Ash did was showing us oMedia and all the people involved with oMedia was the brilliance behind all the marketing here. And it made me feel at peace. It made me feel like there's no stopping us no matter what we do. My mind says, because you always say people talk for 2 minutes, and people are too enthusiastic to talk for only 2 minutes. That's what's true. There's no stopping us, as they say. I'm going to tell a little story very quickly. Buddha went to a Bodhi tree with a student of his, and they went to meditate. And there was the edge of a woods, and Buddha started meditating, and his apprentice did too. And this madman came running out of the woods, making all kinds of profanities at Buddha, and says, and the apprentice got very upset.
Stop.
What?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But the apprentice got very upset, and he was getting more upset by it. And the madman just got crazier and crazier because Buddha didn't respond. And finally, he got so mad he went back into the woods, becoming really more raving lunatic. And then Buddha came out, and the apprentice said, "Master, How could you let that man say so many things to you that were so bad? And he asked him, well, who listened to that? Did you listen? And he said, well, yes, I was upset because somebody was upsetting my master. He goes, it doesn't upset me because I know who I am. And that's the same as Ashma is. No matter what the distractions, the obscenities, the nastiness that comes towards him, he has his one pointed focus on making ambassador become the greatest thing in this world and help uplift humanity. All the things we can think of, anything, if anybody wants to distract us. I don't care. I don't care what anybody has to say on the outside because I know what we have here. And it's very important to always remember what we have here. Not what people say on the outside about laughing at people. It's about uplifting people. Even people who are naysayers one day can change to see the light. I'm not talking about that spiritual, I'm not talking about that religiously, but see the light to what is happening here and see there's some goodness here and there's greatness here. And they can come aboard and then point to those that will help them. So this is about uplifting humanity, regardless of whether you're a naysayer or not. A naysayer can be a yaysayer one day too. So we have to remember, always be kind, be good, be compassionate, be understanding with people, be patient with people, and bless them no matter where they are, because everyone in this world is worth being blessed. And anyway, that's enough for me. I think it's a beautiful thing we had, and I think it's just astounding where Ash is going to take us from here. It's astounding. There is no end to the top. There's just a top that goes to another top. It's like clouds. There's no limit to clouds. They just are there. And here we are. We as ambassadors are just here. And we will go and go and go and go and help a lot of people, no matter what their condition may be. We will be there for them. So thank you very much, Ron. Stay healthy, stay wealthy in your heart and your mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You always have that positive, loving messages. Thank you so much. All right, now we're starting to wind down today. So we're going to have our last speaker as David Rozelski. Again, our last speaker will be, so we have Victor Abba, Nelson Anebage, and David Rozelski. And I've written their names down. Now, how come everybody raised their hand just after I said that? Like 7 people raised their hand. Okay, this is how.
What's our last?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, we can have everybody speak, but we're just gonna make everybody stick to about a minute. That way everybody can say their thing, okay? So we're gonna end with Nafiso as our last speaker. Remember, Nafiso's our last person, and we're gonna begin with Victor. If everybody can stick with 1 minute, not too bad. I think people will be patient for that. 1 minute each, and go for it, Victor.
Good evening, all. Can you hear me? It says,
yes.
I've got a notice saying that I'm not allowed to unmute. Anyway, good evening, good day, good everything to everyone. I shall rush through and say this. Rewriting the rules had a predecessor in my thinking, and I'd like to start there. Ashma Farah, our captain, broke the rules. He dared to defy the conventions of business practice. He went against the grain in every imaginable way. And Dr. Bill mentioned some of the rules he broke. He could have stopped there, done things his way, and made bucket loads of money. But no, Captain Ash yielded himself to his source and our creator, God. And then the downloads began, idea upon idea. And every one of those ideas led to improving the lot of his fellow man. The new rules were written and are now being instituted. We are all reading the rules and we are all privileged to be the first to try them. Mr. Mufara yesterday, with a smile, let go of a large slice of his cake. He handed over marketing to a group of people qualified beyond mention, prestigious and expert. He let go of his baby in a most humble and dignified manner, and that must have hurt.
Thank
But
you.
the rules say everyone. Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah, that minute goes by fast. I know. But a lot of people wanting to speak. I guess you guys feel inspired. That's a good sign that y'all want to speak. That's good. Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
All right, next in line we have Nelson Anegbage. You can unmute.
Hi, good morning to you all. I'm actually from the Philippines. I am just very blown away when our CEO present those brothers and sisters who are taking up the lead in every aspect of the marketing. And what I wanted to say, I wanted to speak especially to my group from Papua New Guinea, from Philippines, and from India. Most of my team asked me many questions. When are we going to really come on the loans? By seeing our brothers and sisters in every part of this progress going to our final stage, which is we have 21 days more, weeks to come. The only thing I can say is look at our CEO. He humbled himself. He came down to the level of every one of us. You cannot see any CEO of any company coming down to the level of you and me. So it is very important that we all stay under the process, watch him going on with everything, respect the process, and we will be okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn and everybody. God bless.
All right, good to have you here, Nelson. Thanks for sticking with the time limit.
Thank you.
Next in line is David Rosalski.
Hello. I
Hey.
just wanted to say this is amazing, another great world event. My grandfather goes back, he was born in 1890. So we got to see, go from horse and buggy to, horses and buggy to cars, see through the Industrial Revolution. My step grandfather was an artist, 5th generation artist. You could probably see that big painting in the middle back there. When we started going to the moon, he was all there, part of history. And I've always been feeling like the outcast, like nothing ever is going to happen in my life. And ironically, here I am. Not only am I getting to see, the world changing events that are about to happen, but I get to see the world evolve as a people and as, and as a planet, and as a founder, I get to be part of that. I mean, I'm just tickled pink to be sitting here witnessing and participating in history in the making. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. That's all. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. That's a heartfelt message. Appreciate you. Next, we have Bridget Nkamsi. Bridget Nkamsi. You can now unmute.
Okay. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I just had to make a comment. Everybody has said everything. I would like to say that Mr. Ash Mufara does not only have a huge heart. He does everything with style, with class, very elegant. So I am so pleased and I'm so excited to be part of a movement like that. Looking at the team of people he put together as leaders is very eminent. that we're going to go highest and highest places in life. This is just the beginning. We are the untouchable. I'm so happy. Thank you. That's all I have to say. My 1 minute.
Bridget, oh, you had 10 seconds left, my husband says, but you did well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being a good sport. All right, next we've got Violet. Ryan, you've got 1 minute, Violet.
Yabba dabba doo! I'm excited. This thing is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. What I thought it was going to be. And I'm surprised at how many, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Keep going.
Okay. I'm surprised at how big this company is getting. First he said it's going to be this and this and this. Next thing you know, it's this and this and this. Now he shows us what's happening. And it's like, are you serious? Anyway, I really thank him for spending his billions on us. You realize that everybody's getting paid and the company hasn't started yet. So he's paying for everything. So we are very grateful, or at least I am. And that's it. God bless you all.
Thank you. Good to have you here, Violet. All right, now we have Nafiso. Good to have you here, Nafiso.
Hi, thank you so much, Lynn and Ferb. And I am in Africa. Here it's a 5 a.m. now. Yeah. So you can see how excited we are. That is, we fire up. We just finished around like a midnight for Somalian celebration here in Africa, and I'm still up. That's why we are so excited. We're so grateful. We're so ready. There's one thing that's come to my mind every single second, that and one day we were on the stream and Mr. Kamal said, all the time, Ash asks me, how can we add up some profit for founders, for anything? That is how much our CEO care about us. So we are so fired up. We are the first millionaires here in OnPassive. So I'm so excited. I'm so grateful that we are in this opportunity. We have got this opportunity. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, all the leaders who bring us all the values. So I'm not adding up any extras. Thank you so much for every single person who joined this Zoom and all the other Zooms. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, OnPassive. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your being here and waking up early. Wow. Early.
Yes. Yes. I didn't even go to sleep. I completely forgot that. That is so excited. We are even my phone is gone.
Join us every week. We're here all the time. Take care.
Definitely. I am here now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lynn.
All right. Sorry, I unmuted myself. I interrupted your speech. I'm sorry. Last, we have Vinette Bruni of the United States. You can unmute yourself now, Vinette.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ron and Lynn, for this opportunity. So we can all agree that when we first joined OnPassive as founders, right, it was probably about how much money we can make and how quickly we could get that turnaround. But that mindset quickly changed as we watched the movements and mindset of Mr. Mafara. Now it's all about love, as Chris mentioned, humility, humanity, bless, and how many lives we can touch in positive ways, right? Because Mr. Mafara is all about that and more. And he does it selflessly, very selflessly. Mr. Ash is the most humble and selfless CEO that I have ever seen or heard of, and he is our CEO. We are truly blessed. We are very truly blessed. The media team that he and Mr. Mohammed Kamal put together is truly a genius move. Man, I was so impressed. They're so talented, educated, and professional. We are already at the top. We are truly already at the top. There's not enough words to express how grateful I am to be a part of this greater than great company. God bless Mr. Mafara, his family, the teams that he put together, the Dubai team and the Hyderabad team, you, the leaders, as well as founders. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to you, Lynn and Rob.
Thank you, Vinette. Right. Thank you for you guys for abiding by the 1 minute time limit so everybody could speak. That's nice. At this time, it is time to wrap up. And we would like to end with our thank yous to all the people that helped this webinar go. And we want to thank our speakers tonight. Awesome, awesome content, lots of motivation. Appreciate that very much. Thank you to Marty DeGarmo for opening up the webinar, live streaming and recording for us. Thank you to our graphic artists, June Buckingham and Myra Aquino. This is the beautiful background that we're loving tonight. And I'll just step aside real quickly so you can see the full graphic. And stunning graphics that they provide for us on a weekly basis. And there's a lot of love and effort that goes into it. So thank you to June and Myra, appreciate it. Thank you to our chat monitors. We call them chat guardians. And they're headed by John Barilla. And John Barilla will take time to mention the people that are his helpers that really help us to keep the chat safe and clean, as well as the YouTube chats. So go ahead, John.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. I just want to apologize very quickly for being tardy earlier tonight. I won't explain, but I just apologize. And I would like to thank everyone who has spoken this evening. It was a lovely chat, first of all, with the comments and such that was going on in there. And also just what everybody had to say tonight. I won't contribute anymore because it was all just wonderful, wonderful comments. Statements tonight by everybody. And I do want to thank the folks that worked so hard to help us out tonight. And that would be MK Cayley, Yin Yang 444, Casey Zevenbergen, Kushal Pagoo, Raphael Saint Germain, Jean Oliva, Listra Tuach, Myra Aquino, Bruce Gerstein, Miriam Weberg, Roy Davies, Yakaya Kadem, Rob Gorman, Dave Rosowski, Willie Wonky, and Nancy Babcock, and also Dr. Benny, who is right here with us tonight. Thank you, folks. That's all I have.
And thank you to John, and no problem. I know you were working on the chat stuff, so no problem at all. I just read it, so it's okay. Not a biggie. All right. I think that's it. Let's see. Tonight is Friday. So if you want to come to Roblin Live, it's at midnight Eastern, and the link is in the back office. Come and join us. Our topic is, what was it, honey?
Countdown to blast off.
Oh, countdown to blast off. Countdown to blast off. So feel free to come and join us. It's a YouTube link, so come and enjoy. And also tomorrow is I'm helping with the Milo show at 2:00. The link will be posted in the back office. And on Sunday, I'm helping with Heroes webinar, and that's at 1:30 p.m. We have Andy Burks talk about the sales perspective. We have Red Redford give a little update, and we have the OTEC pros say a little bit. And so we hope you'll be there on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And remember that Friday Night Live is every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I hope that you'll join us. We use the same link. So as long as you save the link, you're good. You can come in, all right? So at this time, what we're going to do is our traditional goodbye. We take everybody to the gallery, and then we ask you if you want me to spotlight you turn your video on. Make sure you're appropriate, your dress and the background is appropriate, and we will spotlight you for a couple seconds. And that's really fun. You know, you get to say bye to everybody. All right, so we're gonna take it to the gallery now. And then we're gonna unmute everybody. Turn your videos on. If you want me to spotlight you.
Bye-bye.
And then we're gonna
Bye from
Bye from
Florida.
Good night, good night, good night.
Good afternoon. Bye-bye. Good night, all.
Bye-bye.
See you later, everyone. Goodbye.
Guys. Bye-bye.
Marty, you got a troll on your YouTube channel, right?
Pennies from heaven and apples from a pastor.
Hey, brother.
Good night.
David.
Bye.
Christianity. Miss Lindsey Brown.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jason. See your son.
Hi, grandson.
Hi, Kiana. Oh, what happened?
Bye-bye,
Good night.
Yes, sir, Bill.
I love you.
Dr. Bill.
Oh, good night.
Lily.
Good night.
Dance, look at her go. Dancing away.
Judy.
Bye, Judy. Love you.
Follow your YouTube channel. Troll alert, troll alert.
That's all. God bless all. Good night. God bless. Yes.
Going to heaven in a handbasket.
Hi, Gladys.
Green wave.
Hell.
It's away.
Abdul.
Abdul. Nigeria.
Good night.
As Cary Grant would say.
Night, everybody.
Thank you for all you do, Gene.
Love you.
See you.
Think you passed the audition.
Dr. Benny to be.
Benny, love you.
Head Chris Johnson. On your neck.
See you
Night, Elsie.
Elsie.
Good night. Anthony Parker. You're famous, man. I thought you lived about 300-400 years ago. Good night, Myra. Myra.
Patricia.
Good night.
Patricia, Patricia.
Hey, Bruce. Good night.
Bruce.
Hey, love you.
Hiya, Bruce.
Night,
And apples from my
Mr.
Say hi to my wife.
Say
Greg.
love you. Night.
Hey, Mark. Hey, I heard they're gonna put me and you in the same room. You on the cruise now.
Angeline, you're making sisters need to be happy.
Night, Harry.
That's not poison ivy. Lovely ivy. Make that mistake.
Night, Lori. Sitting in the seat.
Skeleton is driving 300 miles a day on your hand.
Hey, Joel. Love you. Love you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Love you, Joel.
Good night, Joel. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Let's get that all.
Love you. Love you. Hey, good night. Good night. Love you.
Hello, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all.
Sing a song.
Like Angie Dickinson. Not much prettier. He's prettier than Angie Dickinson. Lovely. Love that. We're down. We're down. This is a serious. Oh, laughing. That's impossible. How do you be happy and on passive?
The Somali webinar.
Really, Lane, I see you there. Hey.
Hey, everything's again.
Love you.
Take care. Don't swim with the shark. Don't.
All right now. Bye.
We need you. We need you, John. Casey Zevenbergen from Thailand.
Hi, Rita.
Never been on a plane in my life.
Love you guys.
Singapore. Hey, we got an office in Singapore there.
Nobody has to
I'll deliver a letter from you. Say thank you.
Oh.
Post office joke. I worked at the post office.
Thank you. Yes, I wanted to make sure that you were.
Thank you.
We are very, very fast.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye. I like those shades, man. You look cool.
I
see. You look like a little state troopers. Chris Johnson looks like a state trooper.
We are going to.
He runs over motorcycles.
We have to go to the market before the sponsor, before the people start buying the product.
Good to see you, Bridget. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Pray with her.
Bye.
Bye-bye. This is really the moment. This is the moment.
Good night. Bye bye. Love you.
Happiness. Oh, yes.
You follow me?
Officer Johnson.
Does anybody follow me?
Pascal.
Oh,
to say
you
good
do?
night to you.
Stop calling me. I'll have you the rest.
Sister Bree.
Everyone.
You gotta get on here live. With that fancy hat. We love that hat.
Sister Armin.
Gee.
Sister Leah.
Where's Sister Lori? Oh, Lori Lund.
Oh, Steve.
Oh,
Armin.
Looks like we are using what